This week on the Grimerica show, the guys chat with Efrain Palermo of PalermoProject.com.
Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Grimerica show. I'm Darren Grimes, and with me is my co-host, Graham. How's it going, Graham?
Good, Darren. How you doing?
Good. Excited to finally be off and running here after a lot of stumbles along the way.
Oh, not that many. It's been pretty good, actually.
Yeah, well, I hate stumbling, but I think we finally got it someplace we want it, and we're ready to talk to you guys here, so here we are. It's been a long time coming. Graham, I suppose we should talk first about what the main reason we got into podcasting is, and I mean, the website has always been the precursor to the podcast. That's always been the plan. So why did we get into this, Graham? Why did you get into this?
I've been following podcasts for at least five years now, I guess. All different kinds. But what I ended up getting drawn to was my interest in the paranormal and all things strange, UFOs, conspiracies, consciousness, that type of thing. And I guess in the back of my head, I've always kind of wanted to be able to maybe try it out myself.
Yeah, and then, I'm kind of the same path. Once I heard podcasting, I didn't even up until a few years ago, I didn't even really know podcasting existed. But I tried my hand at writing, and I still do a bit of writing. But I've always been more of a talker than a writer, so this is more of, I guess, an easier outlet for me. Plus, I couldn't turn down the opportunity to talk to people. That's my main focus is to try and talk to as many people as possible.
Yeah, and I guess I'd just like to get more people interested in these sort of fringe topics, right? Not so much mainstream, but all these alternative fields. And I listen to so many audiobooks and podcasts, and so I'm a bit of an audiophile, and I just know how learned you can become and how enlightening it is to be able to do that while you're driving or while you're doing the dishes or whatever. So.
Yeah, so folks, you may have to bear with us. There could be a few stumbles along the way. We'll be kind of learning as we go, but I think we'll do all right. For those of you who haven't been to the website, it's www.grimerica.com. That's Grimerica. I'm not sure if the new site will be up and running before this comes out, but I guess we'll see. But anyway, you can head there. That's the home of the Grimerica show, as well as there's some content. We've got some great bloggers blogging for us. We're always looking for more, so if you're interested in blogging and looking for a home, you can email us at feedback@Grimerica.ca.
And you got a couple guests lined up for us?
Yeah, we're going to be talking, later on in this episode, we'll be playing our interview with Efrain Palermo of PalermoProject.com. He's the fellow who discovered the stains on Mars. We'll get into a little more on him a bit later. And then we've got our next guest will be the mysterious red pill junkie. And I've got a few more lined up after that, but I'm just going to keep them close to the vest until need be. You might have to tune in next week to find out who's coming.
Yeah, we also have some other ideas, like interviewing a variety of people, some friends we have, and some people that we've met that have been on ayahuasca journeys, and this whole entheogen thing keeps popping up. So we're going to do some little tidbits of interviews with people that have been on those journeys.
And I might even do some entheogens. I've been thinking about trying mushrooms again. I haven't done them in 10 years. I want to say 8 or 10 years. But every time I did them when I was younger, it was always part of a party. I don't even think I've ever eaten mushrooms and not been getting totally shit-faced at the same time. Yeah. So I'd be curious to and my wife likes them, so we might actually, try it.
Yeah. Last time I think I tried mushrooms, I was also drunk and I couldn't even talk. I remember being around a campfire and I couldn't even talk. So yeah, the other thing we wanted to talk about is I have an orb video from a friend that is, to me, I think it's pretty a pretty good video. And then when I was down in Arizona with that video on me, I was at the Cathedral Vortex, and I took a video of an orb myself up there. So we want to put them on the website too, and chat about them.
Yeah, we might as well. We'll put them up when the new site's up, right? I don't think there's any point in putting them.
No.
I don't want to draw too much attention to the old site.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, that's a really good point. Yeah.
So, but we'll get them up soon. And
so, what got you interested in some of these topics then?
I don't know. I suppose maybe I was interested when I was a kid, and then I wasn't interested for a while. But getting into the podcasting is sort of what started it off for me. You know what else did though? Kind of was ancient when that Ancient Aliens came out. That kind of grasped my interest again, and like kind of woke up something that was sleeping inside me and got me reading books and going down rabbit holes on the web and going to symposiums.
Yeah, it's so interesting how that happens, though. How interests get rekindled. I went through a similar thing where, in 1990, I had a UFO sighting, and then so early mid 90s, I was interested, and then life got in the way, and work and relationships, and now my interest has been rekindled too over the last. I mean, it was always kind of there in the background a little bit, but definitely got rekindled about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, and then, well, the other thing is we're going to try and keep everything as casual as possible. We'll do as little, keep everything very unscripted. Even the interviews, we want to keep them pretty casual. If we want people to just chat with us.
Yeah, conversation style kind of in a way. Not so formal interviews.
So I suppose the UFO you saw kind of, that was back in the 90s, or?
Yeah, 1990.
Where that was in Israel or something? What the fuck were you doing in Israel?
I was traveling around Europe and the Middle East. So I was staying in a rooftop hostel in Tel Aviv. So it was probably late summer, early fall. It's funny how if it would happen now, I'd document all the details. I don't even have an exact date really. I mean, might be able to go back and look for like documents that show when I was where, but so I was in a rooftop hostel with a bunch of friends, and I came up onto the roof, and they were on the other side of the roof, and they're all looking up at the sky and exclaiming, "Oh, I just see this UFO!" Blah blah blah. They're yelling and screaming. So I ran over to them and I was like, "What's going on?" And they go, "We just saw this UFO, and it did this 90-degree turn in the sky." And I was pissed off, of course. I was like, "Oh my god, I fucking missed this sighting." So I look up and I was kind of praying or saying like, please come back, I want to see it too. And then I spotted something through the clouds, so I was like, is that it? And they're like, yeah, that's the exact same thing. And it was like a 3/4 moon, and it was a polygonal shaped object, or like a dodecahedron, kind of like a 12-sided dice, and it was split in half, and the halves were rotating against themselves, and the whole thing was spinning slowly on its axis. So there was like two kind of levels of movement to it, and I could see the shape of it through the thin haze of clouds, and then when it came out from the clouds, it was crystal clear, like the shape, and it just silently went across the sky. So it was like about a quarter or a loonie at arm's length. I remember at the time thinking, if there was a 747 in the sky and you could tell it was a 747, like you could see the hump on it, that's kind of how big it seemed to me at the time.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was definitely like a craft.
That seems like psyops or black ops.
That's kind of what I think too. I mean, in Israel in the early 90s, but I mean, how does a thing like that fly, right?
When was the Cold War over? 89?
91. 91, yeah.
But so it was after the Cold War. Well, I guess
before.
That doesn't really matter.
Anyways,
shit's always seems to be fucked up around there.
Yeah. So it's after not investigating, but researching UFO sightings and stuff like that, I've still have yet to see many of that shape I think I saw the sightings, the TV program in '93 or something, and this lady was talking about a sighting with the same shaped object, and it was in Israel too. So those are the only two sightings I've heard of that shaped object, and they were both in Israel. So that's kind of what makes me think of some sort of black project too.
Everyone's been talking about that since that UFO Congress, or not UFO Congress, the thing with the fake senators or the old retired senators and congressmen.
The citizen hearing.
Citizen hearing. Yeah, and that thing everyone's been talking about. It was, I think it was on MU, it was on Gralien, and I swear I read it someplace else. Um, about the UFO crash in Newfoundland, where it was two
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
bottom of the ocean. That's not fucking Newfoundland, dude.
That,
That's Shag Harbor.
isn't
I
Shag Harbor
swear
in
it's Shag
Newfoundland?
Harbor. No, Shag Harbor's in Nova Scotia.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Unless it's a different sighting.
Maybe it's a different
Yeah, if
case,
it's
but it
different,
seems
it's
very
crazy.
similar, though.
Yeah, it seems too similar.
Hmm.
So I've been meaning to look into that a little further, but
Yeah. Well, and you had a sighting too, right?
yeah, I had a sighting. It wasn't even that long ago, maybe 4 years ago. I didn't care at the time. Um, I was out back having a puff with my then roommate and his brother, and I was just sitting there, and I was lying on my back actually in the hot tub. Was kind of like sitting back, and then I laid back. It was like hot and sunny. The sun was behind the house, so it wasn't like shining on us,
Yeah.
but it was still hot. It was summer. So I would say like maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock, or something like that. So like the sun was still plenty high. It was just that we were so close to the house that it wasn't shining on us.
Yeah.
But I looked up and I seen like it looked like a satellite going across the sky. That like it just looked like the sun was glinting off it at just the right angle. So I showed the boys and like everyone, we all seen it. There was three of us, and we were like, "Oh yeah, cool." And I was like, "Yeah, it must be a satellite." So we were watching it because it was like, it was going in a perfectly straight line, almost looked like it was in orbit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so yeah, we were all watching it, and it was like bright, and then all of a sudden the thing just fucked off. Like it was going east to west, which would have made sense, I suppose, because the Earth spins east to west. But then it just fucked off to the north and disappeared. And we were all just like, huh, a UFO is cool for like a few days, maybe a week, and then it kind of wore off. It didn't that didn't rekindle my interest. I was too busy drinking and shit then.
Yeah.
But but yeah, it was cool. I suppose the three of us seen it. I don't know what it was. I can't say. I suppose it was a UFO by definition, but I don't know. I don't know. It could be a lot of
Number of things.
a number of things. Yes.
Yeah. 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 I don't like to pigeonhole myself into any kind of real theory or anything. I'd like to try and keep an open mind, and once you've seen something like that, I mean, who knows what it is, right? I can't speculate. I mean, I can speculate, and that's all it is speculation. I just like thinking about all the different things it can be, but I'm not going to sit there and say that this phenomena or Bigfoot or any other strange phenomena is one thing or another. That's totally not my style.
Yeah, I never seen a Bigfoot. We could go Bigfoot hunting, man.
Yeah, we should.
There's probably Bigfoot in the mountains.
I love that. I love that latest story in Mysterious Universe. So when we say MU on here, it's referencing Mysterious Universe. That's like one of our favorite podcasts.
Yeah,
best
Ben
quality.
and Aaron. Yeah, if you're listening to this, Ben and Aaron, we're not. It's not a competition.
So they were talking about that those Bigfoot hunters there that had found those recordings. They were recording. Those are fascinating. There's going to be some stuff coming out, I think, in ufology and about Bigfoot pretty soon here.
Yeah, I'd like to head up to that. Remember, I was telling you, like last year, that there's a place on that. I don't know who
The ley lines.
The ley lines, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one of those ley lines crossings just over. I don't know. I can't tell exactly where it is. I'd like to get a better map. Like
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
But it's in somewhere in Alberta or BC, just northwest of here.
Yeah, we should do that.
For those of you who don't know, we broadcast from in and around Calgary, Alberta, which is up in Canada.